Hi, I'm Leo and I'm in Vietnam. And today, together with the residents of Ho Chi Minh City, we will walk through its slums, alleys and back streets. Basically, all the places where real life is bustling and which tourists never see. This is awful. This is just awful. Vietnam is one of the last communist countries on the planet, which makes it particularly interesting because despite communism, it somehow manages to combine this with incredibly rapid economic development and a number of very unusual traditions. These people are wonderful. Also, Vietnamese people love to eat, so we're going to eat a lot and learn about life in Vietnam while doing so. Anyway, sit back and relax. As always, it'll be fun, colourful and unique. My name is Leo and this is Culture Shock in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Here we go.
Hey, Leo, do you want to go to Saigon to hang out?
To immerse myself in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City, in its most distinctive residential areas, I met with Vin. Vin's been living in Ho Chi Minh City his whole life. He was born here and knows all these local areas like the back of his hand. So he and I will walk around and meet the locals, talk to them, and learn about their lives.
So you can have a look here. This is a really typical space.
Hello, hello, yeah. Hello, hello. What is she saying?
Where do you go?
Saigon is divided into districts. They don't have special names, just District 1, District 2, 3, 4, and so on. Some of them are affluent, to put it mildly, like District 1, while others are more on the poor side. The further away from the centre, the less well-off they are, of course. We're going to start with District number 4. Not only is it poor and very traditional, but it is also famous for the fact that a couple of decades ago, it was literally ruled by the mafia, and it was a very seedy neighbourhood. So I think it'll be fascinating to learn how life changes in places like this over time.
Can you ask them how many people live in this apartment?
So one room like this from 3 to 5 people. One family is one room.
Well, that's their apartment. It's literally 100 square feet max. What can you fit here? Just a dresser, a fridge, another dresser, a wardrobe. And that's basically it. That's it. As far as I can tell, the rest of their lives take place on the floor.
And they do everything right here. And they're sleeping on the floor like fish in the sardine.
Basically, this is how people eat breakfast. They sit near the door, on their porch, so to speak, and here is the communal kitchen. In other words, this apartment is similar to a dormitory or social housing with separated rooms and shared living areas, large shared hallway, kitchen. Here are the dishes, the stove, the knives.
So she's making tea.
Cafe.
Cafe. Ah.
4 people.
4 people?
Yeah.
Here, oh my god. This is even smaller.
Yeah. I think around 5 to 6 square meter, right?
Mm-hmm. Hello. Who is this young boy in a uniform? So someone was fighting in a war in the family?
So he's 17 years old, who involved in the war and passed away. And he's the older brother of this lady. It's not only him, but a lot of people, men, brother, and even like sibling, they pass away. All the men at that time have to involve in the war. Because many people join in the war and then they have to spend a whole life, for the war. And they didn't know if they can go back or not. Yeah, they go. Yeah. And some of the people, even now, they couldn't read and they couldn't write. And they cannot work in the factory. Therefore, they have to spend most of the time, even their life, to do some of the manual labor job.
This is the cans.
Yeah.
There's a very strong smell of beer. It reeks of beer.
So someone living here, they collect them and sell
And
to
so
recycle.
to the recycle factory. Yeah.
Can I ask him about his job? So how much he earns, for how long he's been doing this?
He did a job here over 20 years. And it depends on the day and depends on the time. Per day he earned about like $2 to $3, or maximum about $45. It's a really good luck.
So that's how many cans were collected by this man. A huge pile of these enormous bags.
You want to have breakfast?
Yes, why not? Yeah. Let's try a traditional Saigonese breakfast.
So let's try this.
But no, it's okay, it's okay.
It's noodles in a very light vegetable broth with potatoes.
Okay.
He gave me a piece of meat.
But these men already went to work this morning, right?
Yeah.
You said.
He's working already.
Oh my God! So he goes working, then he has
Sáng giờ anh
breakfast.
chị em vòng để thu tiền đúng không? Yes, iced tea. With the hot weather, we love this.
So it's not beer, it's tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they drink this green tea all the time, everywhere. As you walk down the street, everywhere you see people sitting on small chairs, drinking tea and eating sunflower seeds. It's cool that their modest home has all the amenities you could need. Here's a washing machine, and here's a TV in the shared space. I can even see that they have Wi-Fi here. It's great that they were able to organize their lives in a modest but very fulfilling way. And most importantly, it's all neat, clean, pleasant and tidy. Everything is in perfect order.
She's asking like if you're patient and have time, just wait for a few seconds.
Okay.
She's gonna invite you like a tofu.
Oh my God.
They boil the water first and then they add some other gelatin. Yeah. And later on they add pandan leaf, tofu and milk. And then they also...
What was first?
You know pandan leaf?
No.
Pandan leaf like a family of pineapple. So the purpose of the pandan leaf for color, they sell this one about 10,000 for one cup. Like 40 cents
Yeah.
for one cup.
I see.
But the cost to make, you can see it like a long time. This is the, yeah? Okay, yeah.
Here's what it looks like.
If you want to know how people live in other countries and see more of my travels, subscribe to this channel. The more subscribers, the more amazing places I can show you.
When you think of Vietnam, you can't help but think about the food. I made a separate video about street food in northern Vietnam, in the city of Hanoi. Be sure to check it out. But right now, I'm in Saigon. It's a completely different culture here, including the language and cuisine, and we can't just ignore it. You have to try what they eat here. Meanwhile, through conversation, we will learn more about local life and culture.
Most of the time our conversation is about what have you eaten the previous meal, you are going to eat the next meal, was it good, do you know any new places to eat? So being a Vietnamese, you always know where the good food is.
To immerse myself in the local cuisine, I went for a walk with Annie.
It's a dish I recommend you to have on your first date with a Vietnamese girl. When you eat it, you understand what I mean.
Annie is remarkable because she used to host a television program about Vietnamese food. So I couldn't find a better guide on this topic. Well, what can I say except bon appetit?
My uncle actually lived in District 4 and we came from the north. Every summer I came here to visit him and try on the food of the local area. I grew up and I decided to come back to District 4 to live. This one opens from 4 a.m. until midnight. Most local people, we only go to supermarket on Chinese New Year, like a big day, so we went to a supermarket. But nowadays we just came here twice a day, morning, evening, get some grocery. This one is called beef jerky with papaya salad. But beef is very expensive, like you could not just have it and people can't afford it. So we use pork, added ginger, added garlic and celery, and it tastes just like beef. That's how I grew up in cooking beef.
Oh wow.
Number one.
Wow. It's not salty, it's sweet.
Yeah.
It's sweet and then some spiciness comes. It's very good. Wow.
This is incredibly delicious, a wonderful snack for any strong drink, I think. It's dried meat with a super tasty sweet and spicy sauce.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Seaweed.
This one is seaweed.
Seaweed juice, it tastes like sweet black tea. It tastes as if it were made from some kind of medicinal plant. I like it, I like it.
District 4 was famous for robbery.
For robbery.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you give people the chance to take your phone, yeah.
Should I hold my camera tighter?
It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, we are very nice to foreigners. Maybe they won't rob you.
Okay, okay.
Like my uncle was a policeman and he lived in District 4, right?
Yeah.
I visited him and every time I went out, he had to follow me. We were never allowed to just walk out freely.
Before, this district used to be a mafia.
Yeah, the
Mafia district.
old gangster form in the past. Yeah, because with the really complicated system of canals and really complicated system of the small alley.
What years? So when mafia was here? So
I think around early 1954, early 1955. But there was waterways after 1975. They say that they can't remember, but over 30, 40 years ago, a lot of kind of gangster, and then they sell drugs. They also play drugs and cocaine right here. Luckily, gangster around here, they also really a Thai person. Like they just injection and they just going around. But some of the mafia 1 kilometer away here, they're really like dangerous and really bad. They also asking the money of everyone, people. They thief of the people's house and everything.
you said that government arrested all the mafia back in 2003, right?
Yeah. When the communists came to Saigon in 1975, we didn't have enough policemen here, so the slum area was kind of bad. Some local guys just came up as the leader, met the mafia gang. They also had some serious fight until a case where one of the guys used the gun to shoot another leader of the other gang. That's when the government arrested them. They also executed the leader, and many lower level mafia people were sent to re-education camp.
Tell me please about re-education camps.
My friend's parents back then in 1980s were sent to re-education camp because they were on the other side of politics. There you're gonna learn about communism. They kind of changed your belief. I don't know if it's bad or not, I wasn't there. So, and they learned one living skill. Let's say cooking was one of the skills. Doing wooden work, DIY was another skill. Tailoring. So after that camp, you can actually work to make a living. You will not have to rely on the government. And after the camp, you still have to report and behave. That's why District 4 is safe now. I mean, you don't see these people gonna commit any bad thing. They are so busy selling foods already.
A lot of gangsters went to jail, and then after they came back here, they got a lot of tattoos. Then the people think really bad about the tattoo. Yeah. If you got tattoo, they think, oh, you are a gangster. Yeah.
No, I'm not a gangster.
Đó là ai có nhìn xăm là giang hồ.
Let's have some beef barbecue. Of this one. You notice the guy with tattoo?
So basically, we came to some kind of eatery at the market. It's a cozy place, at least it's somewhat separated from the scooters. This place is definitely great because, did you see that guy? We walked up and there was a gangster with dragon tattoos standing there.
Hello.
Here we go.
Hello.
The eel. The eel.
Eel,
Not the dragon. Có ý nghĩa gì?
An eel.
He was a playboy. He doesn't understand the meaning of the tattoo, but he was once a playboy.
Basically, it's a polite way of saying he was doing some nasty stuff. Yeah.
When he was young, she was really hot. Like one of the hot girls of District 4.
Due to the fact that she has lived in this area her whole life, she remembers all these people around here when they were still very young.
Yeah, it's a vegan one for the temple.
They cooking it for the temple.
Because I think there's a full moon coming. If it's not full moon in the first lunar day of the month, then people are very well behaved 2 days in a month.
Oh, okay.
Like you're scared of bad luck, that's why you behave. Yeah.
Considering that this is a communist country, I am curious to learn about the state of religion here, because I see numerous altars and a considerable number of temples. And overall, you can see people performing various rituals all the time. In other words, some kind of belief is very strongly embedded in everyday life. So, I really want to figure out how this works.
In Vietnam, the communist country is atheist, should be atheist. So, what's the situation with this?
Actually, like if you understand, it's a bit sensitive for this point, but I just want to confirm that we have freedom about religion. You can follow or not follow, depending on you. If you want to work deeper in the government, you should not have. But for me, like a normal people, I follow anything I can. But local people like me, I'm Buddhism. My
Okay.
parents also Buddhism.
So
Because-
mostly Vietnamese. Are
Buddhism.
We don't even have the philosophy of the Buddhism practice. We just celebrate it twice a month. Because you know, in Laos, in Thailand, you clearly see that those people are Buddhists, like the different. They practice it every day, but here we don't. Maybe twice a month or once a year, we kind of pay the respect to the Buddha, or we come straight to the temple to just pray for money. And that's definitely not religion. We just like, I wish for more money, I wish for better school.
This is like a temple. This doesn't stick with religion, but in Vietnam in the past, before religion, like I said, we worship ancestors. We worship the sky and the earth, and we worship the elements. This is the five lady represent for five elements: fire, wood, metals, water, and wind.
But most of the people I talked to, they said that most of the Vietnamese are Buddhist. So
No,
they are
that's
using
not true.
this. That's not true.
We are a communist country, and you remember communism means
Yeah.
really limited religion.
Yes. So that's like a tricky question. So
Yeah, I think those people, maybe during the translation, they don't understand Buddhism. Because Buddhism is a religion, and when it comes to the religion, you have to believe and practice it daily. It's not like twice a month you think of it. Yeah.
But still, people like every house, every like a restaurant or business, whatever, has an altar.
Altar is mostly for the ancestor.
So it's not a Buddhist thing. It's
Yeah, for Buddhists, it's a lot of practice. A million people go to the temple, and the temple leader is not the leader of the religion. It says to still go some protocol of the government. And then on the mass of the church, they actually has a police to check the content, what the mass is about.
Wow.
In the past, when you have the bread and overnight, it's gonna get hot, right?
Yeah.
There was no way to reheat it without the oven. So people steam it and then add all the leftover as topping. That's how this food started.
It's hard to put all the fillings in one bite, to be honest.
Every Vietnamese dish has a special sauce, so you cannot
Yeah.
dip like one thing into a wrong sauce, right? You have
Yeah.
to you have to match all the time, right?
A lot of different flavors at the same time. Very unique. It really does taste a bit like yesterday's food. It's not as fresh, but it's actually really good because the bread is just wet. What is special about this is that not only are the flavors very different and contrasting, but the physical sensations in the mouth are also very opposite to each other, and this makes it especially delicious. She says it's the most peaceful neighborhood, the most peaceful street in the neighborhood. There are 2 police stations and a church here. Here's the church. A Christian church, that is. She said, no one wants to live near a church. I said, what do you mean?
We don't have a lot of business opportunity. Living by the temple, we can sell like Buddha painting, Buddha statue, or vegan foods. We don't know what to sell to the church people. Like, no, we don't even understand them well enough. So here, most of them are just like normal house, some coffee shop. Tell me, if you're a Christian, what should I sell you? Right?
I don't know. Somehow, church, like Christian church, managed to do
everything.
very good business in the world, but
Yeah, but
I don't know what they sell.
they make money instead of others.
yeah. Hello.
quay nha. Quay cái cherry đúng không?
Oh, thank you. Come on.
They laugh at me because I say, come on. That's because come on in Vietnamese means thank you. Very easy to remember. Look at these amazing little apples called so ri.
Sorry.
They look like small apples but taste like half apple, half cherry. Amazing. They also have A barbershop next door. Best of all, they not only do haircuts, but also clean ears.
Hello. Oh wow, such a big house, right?
It's a sweet soup. This is the dessert. The green beans and
it's
the
a
jelly.
dessert?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
green beans and jelly.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a dessert, like a dessert soup. Here's what it looks like. Here, seaweed and peas. Plus, apparently, some kind of sugar syrup and water. It's unbelievable. Any grandma would be happy to feed her grandkid this dessert because, like, if you take out the sugar, it's actually really good for your health. Peas and seaweed, incredible.
Actually, the house here is better because your conditioned family now is based on your grandparents in the past. So like I say, it's about a generation. When you work really hard, your children are going to be better.
He also said that the houses here are multi-story. Here, for example, this house is very small in terms of floor space. Very small, but it has 2, 3, 5 floors. It's home to one family, but each floor is occupied by a separate generation. The first floor is where the grandparents live. Yeah, the grandparents, their children live higher up. The next floor is occupied by the children of the children. Or perhaps several floors above. The higher you go, the younger they are. The older generation is moving closer to the ground, you know? Gradually.
What is the tradition? So your kids always live. So the kids
Together.
always live with parents and grandparents, so the whole family in one house.
Yep. Even me, I stay together with 14 people, right? So that's like extended family in a house as always. At least,
So 14 people in your house.
yep, 4 family.
When you get married, so you can choose either stay with your keep staying with your parents, or to move to another
Oh, I
house.
have to rent the room or the house outside. But actually, to save the money, we prefer staying like this. Then sometimes it's a bit of sensitive because in the past, I stayed together with my parents and one family is one room, even 7 square meter, like that way. So in the past, when I was a kid, when I slept, I stay in the room. When I wake up, I stay outside.
You might wonder why we can have coffee all day long. It's just like,
Because you wake up early.
oh, not really. It's just like a way to escape our own small house. Having a cup of coffee here, you have more privacy than your own room.
Oh my God, that's why people just go out and sit outside for a whole day.
Until
Just
like
sipping-
9, 10,
sipping.
then you come back home and sleep.
Oh my God, yeah. Hello. There's tofu.
As you can see, due to the limited space, they do all their routine things on the floor of the room. Here they are, sitting on the floor preparing food, and the altar occupies a special place in the room. There you can see all the photos of their ancestors, grandparents. It's fascinating. They even have a scooter parked right in their living room. Even 2 scooters right in the living room. They utilize the space as best they can.
I like how all the life goes outside, you know, like since there is no space inside, people work outside, they chat outside, they do everything outside. And
There's no privacy
gives,
here.
yeah, but gives a feeling of life,
You
you
can
know.
just look inside the house and nobody gonna
Yeah.
judge you.
Yeah.
Like this house, you see the kitchen. That's how we live together in Vietnam. You know what your neighbors do.
Yeah.
We know when there's a criminal coming in town, we just report it because everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's not just open windows or undrawn curtains. There's basically a whole wall missing. You can see the whole apartment. Yeah, a lot of people won't get it, but it really gives you this incredible feeling that life is bustling, that people are always doing something. There are always people around. You don't feel lonely. Yeah, life is buzzing. They pour juice and throw a party here. Wow, we're so lucky. Just don't ask me to sing, okay? Now that's what I call living your best life at home, just having fun by herself. Wonderful. These people are wonderful.
Explain me the names of the cities. So why Saigon and why Ho Chi Minh?
Because for Saigon was the old name, and then there are many theories to mention how we got this name. But the first theory, they are based on the the Cantonese. They call Taiwan. Taiwan is like there are a lot of trees. People, they speak different into Saigon. Yeah. And after 1976, after the war, the government they changed the name from Saigon to Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh is the name of the first leader and the first prime minister of the communists in Vietnam. And you can see Ho Chi Minh everywhere in our Vietnamese currency, right?
So
To respect.
he's basically the father of the country.
Yep. Like the first leader, the big hero of Vietnam, and everyone loves and remember to him. He's like a soul of Vietnam.
Vietnam is a communist country, one of the few remaining on the planet, apart from North Korea, Myanmar. I don't know if Venezuela can be included in this list now, and Cuba, and China, of course, but communism here, as in China, is very unconventional. So I'm excited to learn how it all works here.
Wait, you said you don't even know the name of the president?
Oh, ask her. Ask her, yeah, just ask her. See, because it just changed, so she doesn't know. That's the answer. Because people here, we live in peace, right? The government, I mean, we might not be the richest country, but it's peaceful here. So no matter who leads the country, it's stable.
The main guy is the secretary, right? So everyone knows him.
See, forgot.
Forgot.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask her brother. Maybe her brother knows. Let's try.
Cô lấy con gì đó hai loại con coi. Loại nào? Dạ con mua cái 10. Tên gì?
Lương Cường. Lương Cường.
Correct? Okay.
That old man remembered it after all, but he had doubts. He'd been thinking long and hard about it. That is fascinating. To be honest, I'm genuinely surprised because... Wow. Yeah, obviously they have the party and all that. But how can a nation not know the name of its leader? Apparently there is only one leader forever. One and only. And he is Ho Chi Minh. Nothing else matters. The party will take care of the rest, as she said.
This made of rice, okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Green banana to avoid you from going to toilet for any food poisoning. Star fruit, so it's sour to balance the taste of the fat. Cucumber, just to be healthy. This one. This is the beef already grilled. Adding some of this. This is a bit too much. And fermented sauce.
My favorite thing about Vietnamese food is that you often have to, it's interactive. You have to put it together piece by piece, like Lego. And basically, if you don't like a certain ingredient, you can leave it out. First of all, it's fun because you're busy doing something. You're focused on the process, it's engaging, and you don't want to get distracted like by scrolling your feed and all that. And second of all, you get a custom dish. That's curious, because the first thing that hits your tongue is the sauce. And because it's fermented, it's kind of, weird. Very similar to, it tastes like a burp, basically. I won't mince words, it tastes like a burp. So everything else inside, fresh, tasty, is no longer easily discernible. On top of that, this sauce is quite spicy, and it burns your tongue, so you can't taste anything else at all. If you remove the sauce as an ingredient, you end up with a very familiar dish that many people are accustomed to. Something like a spring roll, to give you an idea. If you've tried one, yeah. There's basically no difference.
Hello. Vietnamese, friendly.
Very friendly.
Yeah. Me too.
Everyone.
Okay.
That's why I want to do my tour in District 4.
Yeah.
Because it's a truly Saigonese.
Absolutely. Hello.
Small cycle repairing.
Yeah.
Fixing. YouTube, YouTube.
Watching YouTube. Yeah. What is she watching on YouTube?
Vietnamese refugees in the US. They're talking about the war in the past in Vietnam.
We arrived in another area.
This is District
3.
3.
Okay, this area is mostly residential and it's really nice. All the houses here are small, but it's quiet. You don't hear any cars, motorcycles. Almost. You hear birds singing instead. The layout is pleasant, but when you step out into the open space, you realize that this is just a neighborhood of 5-story buildings.
In 1968, they got a special event, the Mậu Thân Offensive, Mậu Thân Lunar New Year at that time, 1968. But at that time, like the both sides, they got like a day off, you know, like stop fighting. However, you know, by somehow two sides still keep fighting, and this is like a battlefield, and every kind of house of local people were damaged and on fire. And after that, like the government in the south of Vietnam, they make a decision to rebuild 11 blocks and give it to all the people who lost their house in that battlefield. But they gave it back for the local people in a really special way. They finish it, right? And then they got like a lucky draw, and then you pick the paper. Like block 8, number 5 is belong to you.
Was Saigon destroyed totally after the war? No.
We
So the
kind of
city was
mentioned it, yeah. So originally you can see many houses now, but in the past it was one unit. And then they needed the money, so they split it into smaller piece of land, and then they sold it to different people. Saigon was destroyed badly after the war. We still had them.
So it's not like they built the whole city after war and built it like this way.
We didn't have bad time like in Germany or Europe.
He's doing the rice paper.
The Vietnamese certainly are remarkably enterprising people. Here's a guy making rice crackers, and he's got a bike that he uses to sell them around town. It's all set up in his apartment. The laundry drying right above the stove. Every detail has been carefully thought out.
I'm saying that the Vietnamese always find ways, you know,
To survive.
to earn money. Why do you think you have this part of your character?
Because if you have a background in Vietnam, we was a war country. And like I said, at the first beginning, we just got peaceful about 24 to 29 years. And by that's when we have to learn how to accept, we have to learn how to survive, and we have to learn how to be like flexible in any situation and any cases.
The apartment next door is just the same.
Hello.
It's both their apartment and the place where they sew traditional women's dresses. There's an old sewing machine, and you can buy the dresses right here. He has a parking spot for a scooter inside. They managed to fit everything into a couple of dozens of square feet.
So this is a traditional female dress in Vietnam, yeah? How you call it?
Áo dài.
Áo dài, long dress, you said.
Yeah, yes, long dress.
And it's all handmade, right? He's doing this here.
Look, he sits there and sews the dresses to size on this old Singer sewing machine. You get it, right? Unbelievable, just unbelievable.
How much does one cost?
3 million. 3 million is about 120 US dollar for the design and all the crystal. But the áo dài is another money too. But áo dài also at least $50. The resting space.
Resting space. And the bedroom?
Bedroom, toilet này. Upstairs.
Yeah. Supposed to see?
Lên coi được. Không được không sao nha. There's some people sleeping upstairs.
By the way, it's almost 1 p.m. now. It's siesta time for the Vietnamese. They get up very early, at 6 or 5 in the morning, so by 1 p.m. they manage to do some work, have lunch, and take a siesta for a few hours. And then they get up again and resume work for several more hours, until evening.
What's the average salary here in the city?
About 300 to 400 US dollar for the salary, even for the bachelor degree university student, for the paper job.
How much would cost to buy an apartment? I don't know. Maybe like this, maybe in a newer house.
Depend on the area.
Just
and
a small apartment, yeah.
small apartment, right? It's yeah, with the same money, 100,000 US dollar. But some apartment outside really old style, they sell it 65 to 80,000 US dollar for the upper, and over 120,000 for the ground floor. Yeah. In District 3, the people they love renting the space, and the owner also want to make money, so they try to cut the house as much as possible, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? One floor is one room difference.
You know, the landlords here seem to be even more brazen than those in New York, from what I can tell. What could be one full-fledged apartment is divided into several small rooms, each of which will be occupied by several people. People in New York have nothing to complain about in comparison. Hey, easy, 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 easy.
Don't worry. It's just parking.
What a dangerous situation, am I right? We got stuck in a narrow alley with two huge vicious dogs. Guys, look how tightly spaced the buildings are here. Here's a house and here's another house next to it. Behind them is another house and you can only enter it through this crack here. I can fit through here only this way. And there are residents there, you know.
Hello.
Let's pay a visit. Unbelievable. How is that even possible? How? How do they manage to live like that?
Hi. Hello.
Like in our house, this is like a long house, but because his younger brothers got the disease, yeah, about the stomach. Then he had to cut the house and sell to other people in front here.
Okay.
So now they had to make a tiny entrance to stay inside.
Oh my god.
They built this wall between the two apartments and left themselves only this entrance. It's just unbelievable.
How many people live here?
Là nguyên gia đình mình có mấy người ở đây? 7 people.
7 people. Oh my god.
Now we need to get out of here somehow. I mean, it's just... I really can't turn around here, my shoulders don't fit. I don't know, maybe some Vietnamese people can fit here. This is awful, this is just awful. Yeah, and this entrance is not to their apartment, but to another one. And look up above, there's also a door up there for some reason, but there's no stairs leading to it. I can't wrap my head around this design.
They're selling the spray to kill this, like pest control.
To kill this?
Yeah.
Because the word diet,
Yeah.
it was like, what?
Yeah,
Should
kill.
you eat all of this?
No, that's not a kill.
Okay. But actually, the Vietnamese eat some of this.
No.
No?
No.
Rats?
Must be in the countryside people, but that's farming rats, not the city rats.
Oh, okay. In Hanoi, in one of the big Hoi places,
Yeah.
I saw rats on
Yeah,
the menu.
Mekong Delta, they actually eat this, but for me, a city kid, no. I mean, we have better things to eat.
Yeah, right.
Have you eaten a lot of snails? Let's try it.
Yeah.
When we call snail, we mean seafood in general. Tell you, good restaurant, they don't care about the service. You have to write down your order.
I've never seen such a selection of different shellfish anywhere else, at least not in one place. I wonder what she'll order. Today we'll have random shellfish dishes.
This is the dish that I recommend you to have on the first date.
Okay, why?
You want to see when you eat it, you understand what I mean. This is the snail cooking in coconut cream, and to eat it, you have to suck it out strongly.
Okay.
That's why it's a test. You're gonna see many couples having this.
I got it right on my first try. It's pretty easy.
For the soup, so this is how we eat like me as adults. Got it.
my god.
Guys, this is coconut soup. Coconut soup with spices. Very good. She says that the main focus here is, of course, the soup. Because the snail itself doesn't have much flavour. It's just a source of protein.
Just take this, dip in the fish sauce. Wow, wake you up.
I just love how she enjoys everything we eat. She tries every dish and immediately says, "Wow, so delicious, so delicious." It's wonderful. She's a very pleasant eating companion. It's unbelievable, folks. I just had a culinary surprise of cosmic proportions. It's just a simple noodle dish, regular instant noodles, though he cooked it in a frying pan. But it's so delicious. It's unbelievable.
Instant ramen we often have that instead of putting in the hot water, we just dip in hot water and then quickly take it out and then stir fry it.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, fish sauce and lots of garlic. And you get this incredible flavour, so rich and aromatic.
Wow.
That's the only way I'm going to cook it now. Delicious. This is so delicious.
We like to eat, to talk over the snails because it takes a long time to eat it, so you have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have a piece of steak, Vietnamese we eat fast, right? Then you finish the steak before you even start the story.
Actually, we didn't come to this man just to have a coconut drink. We came to visit his home. Because here on the riverbank, there is another very unusual type of slum. There are boats along the riverbank, and people live on these boats. I mean, it's literally a slum made up of boats, moored to the shore. How did this happen? Let's figure it out. Okay, we're entering the boat. The layout of this house is extremely simple. An upper deck and a lower deck. So, here is their storage space. They also sleep here. There is a small kitchen in the stern, and that's where they take showers, he said. But they asked me not to go there, so I won't. His wife is there doing something. Their refrigerator is lying on the floor and it doesn't work. They don't have a proper electricity supply. They just use it as a chest. Here we see the lower deck. It's also used like a big stockpile, but people probably sleep there in the stern too. Remarkably, even here, even in such a tiny space, there is a small altar. Here it is. Here is their shelf with photos. Actually, they're not even photos. I don't think there are any photos of relatives there. It's just an image of some deity and incense.
He's came from Mekong Delta and he stayed here 15 years on the boat. And because he cannot handle the money to buy the house, then the boat is his house. This is illegal. So when police come and push them away, they're gonna move to the other side. And when police go, they come back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And like this for 15 years,
Yep,
back and forth?
Yep, back and
Really?
forth.
Oh, okay. And all the people here, all the boats are like the same story?
They cannot earn a lot of money. So they have to leave, left their family back and send back the money monthly. His daughter now study here in university, but his son will stay with the grandparents and in the hometown.
What does his wife do?
Oh, the same thing. You can see the other thing in the storage. It's banana, papaya, and coconut
Ah, so they sell fruits.
for the whole family. But they earn about like $200 to $250 a month if they're lucky.
Many of these people sell fruit by the roadside. There are many spots like this. Another interesting thing is that just like regular houses, all houseboats are quite different. Some are larger, some are smaller, some have been renovated, some are in poor condition, some have a lot of furniture, flowers, decorations, Overall, it is also very fascinating to observe how even these boat slums can be organized in different ways. People adapt to absolutely any conditions.
Does he want to move into a house, or he would like to live his whole life on the boat?
Like he also refer like back to the hometown and relax, because the city life really like complicated and really fast. Very risky to, because police, move at midnight. They have to wake up and run away like that. Very dangerous. And the reason for them to try their best, because they want to earn enough money for the school fee for their kids. If their kids like finish school and they have their job, they consider they're gonna retire in the hometown very slowly.
But what kind of job he would like his daughter to, like his kids to do? What kind of future, what kind of job?
He just wanna let them choose their future. But so far, the daughter choose to be a doctor. She's studying the 5th years in the university now, and his son's got a mindset to study education. He want to become a teacher.
I don't know, this story moved me a little. They sell these coconuts to pay for their children's education. They live on a boat. To be honest, I don't even know what's more comfortable in terms of size and space. 4 people living on a boat like this, which is also 2-story, or in a tiny stuffy room that's only 60 to 70 square feet. They have fresh air here. There's a roof, and there's some electricity too. The lights are powered by solar panels, though there's no proper plumbing and the waves rock it all the time.
Thank you, sir. We have to go. Good luck with that.
He says he was born here but moved to Australia, but this is his home. He came here yesterday to visit. The man is having a good time. I absolutely adore this street culture. Vietnam can be divided into 3 main regions: North, Centre and South. During the Vietnam War, the South was supported by the West, while the North was supported by the Communists. Consequently, the Centre suffered the most from all of this, as it was where most of the combat took place. Even now, these parts of the country are quite different. Different cultures, different traditions, languages, and even attitudes toward politics. All politics is kind of in the north, because that's where the capital is and all the party leaders. The South has a more relaxed attitude to this, especially since the South was historically capitalist rather than communist.
The guy over there, he came from Australia. You're gonna meet many people in District 4 that came from Australia and US. Because after the war in 1975, people who worked for American side fled away. And most District 4 people used to work for the American side.
Okay, yeah. So, and then there is a division, right? So people from South, they mostly immigrated to America and Canada, right? And people
Australia.
From North, Australia as well. And people from North, they immigrated to like post-Soviet countries.
Yeah, Russia, East Germany at the time.
Yeah.
I remember growing up with neighbors, having families in Germany.
Yeah.
And they start bringing back chocolate. We didn't have chocolate back then. Vietnam didn't open the economy until like 1993. I might not be like super old, but being born at the time that Vietnam opened the economy, and then until now, I could see the change every year. Like if I travel abroad for 3 months and back, I'm like, holy fuck, it's already like left behind.
Wow, so the speed is so high.
Yeah.
Like after the war, when the North government came to the South and reunified again, a lot of people we call Saigonese in the past. Yeah, they didn't like, and then they moved outside. They become like the boat people. They just go to the ocean on the boat and then they're floating to other country, and they wanted out of Vietnam at that time. So they become the refugees. Yeah, but still you have a lot of Saigon people living and staying here. And after that, the people in the north and the central also moved here, because at that time the southern Vietnam like a new area and the new city.
So you said your parents were one of the first communists who came from north to south.
My family, my big family.
Your big family. Can you tell the story?
So before 1975, whoever worked for the communist team, You get a chance to come to Saigon, and at the time everyone was given a free house. We were very poor at the time. We were not landlords, so we didn't have land. So people decided, let's go south. We kind of adapt to the environment. It was difficult because it's a kind of different culture. In the north, our whole life was about saving money. And in the south, they really want to enjoy life. You know, like you have to change your mindset. Now, even if I speak my northern dialect here, people don't discriminate me anymore, because as long as you live and treat people nicely, they don't care. But back then, it was a big problem. We were the only one that came here. I remember the first time coming here, and we went out at 9 p.m. and just 9 p.m. everything was still open, and that was like mind-blowing to me. There was this famous saying that Saigonese people, they don't sleep because money doesn't sleep. In the north, we didn't have that saying like that.
So, we are eating a duck egg with an embryo that has already formed. And here is another unexpected difference between northerners and southerners. Southerners are sensitive people. They cannot look at such things. But they can eat them. I can eat them too. I like it. It's not the first time I've eaten this dish. It's delicious. Saigon has a subway system which was only opened this year, and there is a hilarious story behind it. It was built a long time ago. It was ready, but they kept putting off opening it. Why? Because there is an Asian tradition. Or rather, a way of thinking and acting that whatever you do, the elder must do it first, and only then it's the younger one's turn. And this applies to everything, from taking food from a plate to even opening the subway. So here's the thing. The Saigon subway was already done, but in the capital, Hanoi, they were still building one. And it took a very long time to build because all the party leaders are in Hanoi, there is a lot of corruption, and overall, these corrupt officials were constantly being replaced and they couldn't finish construction and open the subway. And since Hanoi is, well, higher in rank than Ho Chi Minh City, they couldn't open the subway in Ho Chi Minh City before Hanoi, which is an important capital city. So they waited and waited and waited. And when the subway in Hanoi was finally completed and opened, they immediately opened one in Ho Chi Minh City as well. That's how modern Asia works. It was a slum area with unauthorized buildings, but then after some time, money came in, and they demolished them all, evicted everyone and built beautiful, expensive high-rise buildings. But not everyone was evicted. And right along the perimeter, along the bank, there are houses hanging over the water. Apparently there wasn't even any space left on land for these houses to stand, so they demolished them all, except for the ones hanging over the water. And these very poor people still live there. This is truly shocking.
Those are also District 4 area, but it's like the border outside. But like I say, because in the past, District 4 it used to be like a gangster area. Not only the gangster, but also many kind of immigrants gonna stay there. But the government come and working with them, talking with them, explain with them like this is not good. You have to stop it. But all the people really sad because they consider they couldn't have enough money to build a house or buy another house. They fighting for building the construction and expand the house here. And finally, for the final step. It was illegal, but the government let them do it and have to remind them it's quite dangerous. Some of the houses were collapsed and some people died before. Even you are the good swimmer, but everything collapsed on your body.
But how did that happen, that they built all those huge apartment buildings inside, but they still kept these slums on the outside?
Like I say, for the apartment over there is for the rich people, and then they also got some other plan. And honestly, it's a bit sensitive, mentioned to the corruption. But I think the reason why the people don't move out because they don't accept the subsidized money that the government gave it to them. The price of the property in the paper is less than a lot compared with the real money when they sell it to other people. Yeah, the lady's there.
Oh, she's here.
Yeah.
Oh. So this is basically her home now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Guys, you should have seen how quickly she jumped over the fence.
Hello.
Last month she's fell down from the bridge.
Oh.
She couldn't walk a month.
Oh.
Doctors say like she have to walk to healing to
Yeah.
recover. If not working, it's not good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like actually the house there will belong to her parents because her parents from the Mekong Delta came here for working, like I say. Yeah, and they also spend and saving the money to got a house there. But actually, when the government come and announce her about collecting some of the house back, they have to make an agreement to give back the house for the government because in here, all the properties, it belong to you, but everything's under control by the government.
Yeah. How much money the government gave them for the house?
Her sibling received it, then she didn't know that. Actually, the story, it's gonna stick with a family with 4 siblings. The 4 siblings received the subsidized money from the government, but the 3 siblings, they took all the money and ran away and left the old ladies over 60 years old living here, and now she's sleeping under the bridge.
Dạ nó tắt, dạ nó như vậy. Chạy lên rác mà mấy nhà kia nói cái chuyện.
What she does like during the day?
They're walking around, collect everything she can reuse, old clothes, old shoes, old plastic bottle, cans, paper, everything. About 20 or 30,000 per day, like
$1.
Yeah, around $1 one day. And the good luck that some people also give her food to enjoy and maintain life.
This is her home. We can see her sleeping place, the dishes, and the hammock. Jeez, it's mind-blowing. She even has an altar here. Even here, in this place under the bridge, I can't even call it a home, but she set up a place to live and put up an altar. The tradition is that strong.
I talking with her a lot, even sometimes I support the rice, food, and some small money for her, and she always smile. Yeah, it's like really confusing, and a lot of tourists they ask me like why she's always smiling even in a really bad condition, and she just gave me an answer like we have no choice and we have no chance. Even we cry, even we angry, and we did everything really bad, like nothing chance.
Yeah.
So why we don't think about positive and keep moving forward, right?
Lottery is how the people here hope for the rich.
Okay.
My tour starts at 5 p.m. because at 4:30 p.m. every day is when they have the result of the lottery. People are gonna come here, make a fuss in the traffic jam to look for who's gonna be rich. We have this famous saying, you don't know who is richer after 4:30. Because 4:30 p.m. every day is when the lottery results come out. Like all of this.
How the locals usually pass their free time? So you have a free evening, so what do you do? Where do you go?
We just sit in front of our house and gossip. We do that all the time. I mean, in many Western culture, you are not supposed to judge others. But here in Asia, we judge everyone. Especially the young people, the neighbors. You want to see some family members sitting outside of the house. Chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love food, and other than gossiping, eating is the main activity of the day.
Yeah.
And the reason why we are not so fat is because we also walk and then we go to the gym. Yeah, we're scared of getting fat, but yet we still eat a lot. The chair just gets smaller and smaller. We're gonna do a blind test because you are a foodie. I believe that you know lots about food. I won't tell you what it is.
Okay.
You eat and tell me what what it is. 2, 3, 4, and this is the last.
I'm in complete shock right now because of one of these jellies, this black one. It's completely black. It tastes pretty bitter, and I thought it was licorice. She smiles, looking so smug, and says, "No, man, it's Chinese traditional medicine." I say, "What?" She says, "It's made from turtle. If you cook a turtle for a long time, you get this substance, which is used to make this jelly. And the reason it's popular, the reason it's medicine, is that it boosts testosterone levels." Asian men consume this turtle broth to achieve a strong erection, while women consume it to eliminate acne. So, that's that. Wow. Turtle jelly.
Once I fed this to my boyfriend, and he's American, and he just cried because he knew it's with turtle. Like, they are so dramatic. For Vietnamese, we have top cookies. It's just an animal, and we said it as food. That is food. If we cried over every dead soul, then we would never have a happy day in our life. So many deaths in Vietnam during the war, and we are here eating with the Americans. What's the problem here? Vietnamese, we are very happy because all we care is about food. What the good food is. We don't care about politics. Like, seriously. We are happy because food is good. We are not happy because the politics didn't go the way we want. We don't care. As long as today we have good dinner, we have good dessert, and life is good. Yeah.
So folks, that's what life is like for ordinary Vietnamese people in Ho Chi Minh City. Let's discuss what you think about it in the comments. I think there were many fascinating and unusual things to discuss. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you don't miss any of my new videos. My name is Leo. You've been watching Culture Shock in Vietnam. I'm going home. Bye.